Sangbu Kim. You are the Vice President of Digital and AI at World Bank Group. It's great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thanks for doing this. So we've been posting a ton of content from the AI for Good Summit on all different topics, and the feedback I keep getting from viewers is jobs, what about jobs? So that's what we're going to talk about right now. I think there's a lot of fear, but probably also a lot of misinformation about the impact that AI has already had on the job market. So can you give us a reality check of this moment in time?
So actually in our research, still we have some some worries and some hope for this job market. Some of the job definitely can be disrupted. That's one of our worries, but definitely we see a lot of also opportunity and hope. The AI can really complement the job and the people's productivity to access and some capability to access new jobs, etc. So, for example, only 5% of the current job in developing world can be really impacted from the automation innovation.
In the developing world.
World, compared to 15% of job can be affected by automation in developed world. So from the developing world perspective, some negative impact is little and very limited in this space. That's how we see. And instead, we see a lot of opportunity. The general level of experts can get some more benefit to increase their productivity. For example, teachers can have better productivity to teach their students. Some nurse or health worker can get some better help to see more patients per day, for example. So those type of new opportunity we see in developing world, that's how we see AI can really provide some more job opportunity than some worry about jobs.
So something like 53% of Americans believe their job is vulnerable to AI. By the way, that number is even higher in the UK. But the opposite is really true in developing economies where you see a lot more optimism. What you're telling me basically tracks with that, correct?
Because we see a lot of job shortage in developing world, especially in low-income country cases. They have definitely a limited number of doctor and medical clinic workers, and also they have very limited number of teachers, etc. So for example, in Nigeria, one doctor can cover more patients with some help from the AI-supported medical note recording system, for example. And in Kenya, we see some more education solutions. Teachers can easily teach their students with some simple, support by the AI system and AI solutions. For example, it is really simple, the WhatsApp-based AI math tutoring solutions. So they can gain some more educational achievement with some very small effort. So it increases the productivity of teachers.
Doing less with more in that case, for sure. I've also read from PwC a new report that indicates that companies that have already adopted AI are actually statistically hiring more, not less, and some of them are paying more. Have you seen that as well in the research?
I haven't seen the clear result through our research, but my experience for the last several decades in digital world, we see a lot of disruption of job, but eventually we see more job. If you just look back 20 or 30 years ago, when the email system and service was introduced, so many worries about postal service workers. Maybe they might be disrupted for the new jobs and nobody's just sending an email anymore. But nowadays, we still see a lot of the bigger job of the delivery services and even post service.
Obviously, because it's completely changed with Amazon and all the e-commerce,
Definitely. So I believe the human being can really well adapt to the new system and new environment, especially in job market.
Okay, but I think that there are a lot of young people, particularly those who are graduating right now, who feel like they're not as optimistic as that. In fact, we saw some of them booing commencement speakers in this past graduation season who were praising the power of AI. What is the youth unemployment situation right now globally? Was it pre-existing, and in what ways has AI made it worse?
So definitely this very special and specific area AI can easily disrupt, such as the traditional legal service, traditional accounting service, traditional just medical consulting services, etc., etc. So most of the white collar job can be and might be disrupted or displaced. But on the other hand, we see a lot of big productive area the young generation can pursue, not only through just STEM education, but through some more human skills or some human interaction. It means a lot and it values a lot. So I would like to encourage the young generation that not only just looking into some more skill to fully adopt the AI generated knowledge set, but also should think about how they can really interact with other humans much better in the future. That is more important skill set, I believe.
Soft skills. So I was going to ask you as a final question, I think it's critically important. We talk about skilling, lifelong learning, retraining the workforce for AI, and all those things are critically important. But when you talk about young people who are aging into the workforce, and by the way, World Bank has done this better than anyone tracking those numbers. It's well over 1 billion people in the next decade. What do you think are the most important skills they should be learning right now to enter the workforce?
In that case, what I talk about some young generation is maybe especially in developed world, but in developing cases, definitely some basic numeracy and literacy education will be crucial. As you mentioned, we expect 1.2 more billion young generation coming to the job market within a decade or 15 years. So have them prepared for the new job market is really crucial part, not only through the AI solutions, but also so many basic job skills are really needed. So in that sense, nurturing our young generation in developing world with some clear targeted goal for numeracy and still literacy will be the key part, so that they can really contribute to the new economy in the future.
News you can use. Sangbu Kim, it is great to see you, and I'm sure that we'll see each other again at the next World Bank meeting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.